Twilight New Moon. Yeah, I was in the fortified medieval and Renaissance hill town where the last part of the movie Twilight New Moon was filmed, and it was filmed over a 6-day time frame from what I understand. I wasn't there when the movie was filmed, but I was in the town. In the movie, Bella, whose high school graduation is fast approaching, is forced to choose between her love for vampire Edward and her friendship with werewolf Jacob. At the end of the movie, she races off to Italy to save Edward. Oh, by the way, my name is Edward. Of course, I'm more handsome, have blue eyes, and a suntan. Not like the Edward in the movie. Well, anyway, Bella and Alice travel to Italy to stop Edward from going out into the sun and risking death as well as exposure to the vampire world. Edward is suicidal because he thinks Bella has jumped off a cliff and killed herself. But of course, what I liked best about the town was its many churches and all the church art and history that I got to see. The town also has several underground wine chambers and tunnels, which were fun to explore. The countryside around the castle town was also outstanding. Now for the movie, the town was chosen because of its uncanny resemblance to the Italian town described in Stephenie Meyer's novel. The town has a tower with a clock just like described in the book. The only difference was that the main square didn't have a fountain. Of course, the movie studio built a working water fountain in the center of the main plaza just for the movie, which is now gone. In the clock tower, you can go up to the roof to look over the plaza and down where Edward stood in the doorway of the clock tower and hugged his girlfriend Bella. Inside the clock tower building, Bella and Edward went down to the underground vampire chamber. Those underground scenes could have taken place in one of the many underground tunnels and chambers built by the early Romans in the town. There is one open to the public in a shop just inside the entrance of the city gates. The underground vampire church you see in the movie was built and filmed back in the USA. The town's underground tunnels would not have been big enough or safe enough for the fight scenes. The castle town is located with wine cellars, most offering the chance to sample local products like cheese, salami, honey, olive oil, and of course, this Vino Noble red wine, which is considered the best wine in Italy. Many shops also let you descend into their maze of basements, underground tunnels that's once connected the palaces and older grottos carved into the mountain. Calling the grottos early Roman tombs, as the signs in the stores proclaim, may not be far from the truth. The earliest foundations in the city are still being documented. In my slideshow, you see one of the wine cellars I visited, which had a wishing well and an early Roman tomb with a collection of iron implements found within its maze of tunnels and catacombs. Under the Santa Marina di Servi church was another interesting group of tunnels that end up below the altar of the church. I found at least a dozen wine cellars and tunnels and catacombs in the town. In August, there are 2 festivals with hordes of actors that reenact scenes from the town's turbulent history. One of the days of parades through the streets is followed by entertainment, barrel races, and a banquet to end the day. The town is a walled hill city with its main entry gate, a medieval portal, at its northern end. Once inside the walls, it's vehicle-free most all the day. You can walk up the hill to the center of town or wander up and down the narrow streets off the main drag. Dozens of side stairs going to interesting places. When you're coming from the direction of Siena, I think that's how you say it, there's only one road leading to the town. From far you can see the town standing on top of one of the gentle green hills of Tuscany. Make sure you take a walk along part of the city's walls, as the views are just outstanding, spectacular. We wandered along the walls after lunch and sat for a while, gazing across the valley and taking in the beauty of the Tuscany countryside. You'll see some of my pictures. The Twilight Saga New Moon was filmed in two main locations. The first was in Vancouver, where they filmed most of the movie, and the second place was this castle town in Tuscany, Italy, where the vampire cult lived. Red was deliberately kept out of the movie until the Italian sequences. The Italian policemen that are seen pulling over Alice's Porsche when Bella hops out to help Edward are not actors. They're actual policemen from Italy. If you ever see them, say hi to them. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, the town became a religious center. During the 12th century, the castle town was repeatedly attacked by the Republic of Siena and Florence. In 1300, the town was recaptured by Siena. During the 14th century, there was a constant struggle between local noble families that ended in 1400 finally. For the next 200 years, a period of splendor, with famous Italian architects building some of the most beautiful residences in the Tuscany area. The town has always been an important agricultural center in the area. The title of New Moon is often thought to be a werewolf reference. However, Stephanie Meyer says that it refers to the phase of the moon opposite a full moon. It is when the sun is on the opposite side of the moon from us, and thus the bright side of the moon is not visible from Earth. This is the darkest kind of night. New moon is the darkest period in Bella's life. For a vacation, it's a great town to use as a base of operations. Lots of other outstanding towns and historical sites within 50 miles.